Welcome to another training video from EMT. Today we're going to be showing you how to use the Smartfill continuous top-up unit. This unit is used to top up a leaking breaker. Two hoses. One of these hoses is an outlet hose with a pressure transducer fitted to it. The other hose is a plain 6 metre hose with a male swage lock and a female swage lock connector on the end. The CTU also comes with traffic lights and a power cord. First of all, we're going to connect the power cord. Next, we're going to connect our traffic lights to our test vessel. The traffic lights have a magnetic base, so we have to peel off the cover, and this will clamp to any magnetic surface. The other end connects to the port marked traffic lights on the CTU. Okay, next we're going to connect our cylinder to our CTU. First of all, I connect the male swage lock end of the hose to our cylinder. And the outlet end of the end of the hose is going to go to our inlet fitting on the CTU. Our cylinder today is going to be nitrogen instead of the normal SF6 cylinder, because we're going to be releasing some of the gas to represent a leaking breaker from our test vessel. Okay, so the next connection is from the outlet of the CTU to our test vessel. Make sure that's firm. All the connections to the CTU are on one side, or one panel on the side of the CTU. Because this outlet hose has a pressure transducer, we also have to connect the pressure transducer electrical connection to the PT external on the CTU. I'm just going to make sure all our connections are done up tightly, so they're all secure. And now we go back to the outlet hose. At the end of the outlet hose there's a pressure transducer, as mentioned before, and this will monitor the pressure of our vessel. So connect that firmly to the test vessel, and we're going to switch the CTU on. The program will start loading, and you'll see that on the next screen. After it's finished loading, you'll see the status of all the accessories attached to the CTU, the PT external. Okay, now we have the menu screen. This is where we enter the data, but before we enter the data, I'm just going to show you where you can change the units for the pressure and for the flow rate. So we click on the top bar marked menu. This takes us to a settings screen. You can see at the moment that the units are greyed out. We need to activate that by clicking on the bottom right hand button marked user. This comes up with a password entry screen, and we need to enter the password. And now you can see that the units are activated. They're no longer grey, they're black. So if we click on the units, you can see that on the left hand side of the screen we can see the pressure units, bar G, PSI, kilopascals, and we can select one of those if we units we desire. On the right hand side of the screen you can see flow units, and there's various different types of flow units. The default is kilograms per hour, and the pressure unit default is bar G. So that's all set up. We haven't changed anything, so I'm not going to press the save button. I'm just going to go to the back button. I'm going to leave this menu and press back again. Now we're going to enter and do our test. So we're going to enter some data. So first of all, What we're testing is our test vessel, so I'm just going to enter that information. Press enter for that. I'm going to enter the operator. Press enter again. You can enter other information such as the gas zone and the phase. Okay, so we're going to go to the next button. We have a P minimum and a P maximum. So we want the pressure in the vessel to remain between the P minimum and the P maximum. The difference has to be 0.5 of a bar. So we're going to enter 4 for the minimum pressure. And we're going to enter 4.5 for the maximum. We're going to set a flow rate. The flow rate can be up to 18 kilograms per hour. We're going to enter a sort of medium flow rate of 5 kilograms per hour. And we're going to enter a start delay. The start delay can be anything up to about 30 seconds, and we're going to enter 10 seconds here. Okay, so everything's been entered. We're now going to press the next button. And we can see a new screen that shows the current pressure, and this is the pressure of our test vessel. And we can see that we haven't started filling yet, so the current flow is 0, and the current set point will not show until we press the start button. The settings that we entered in the previous screen are shown below: lower limit, upper limit, and top up flow rate. Okay, so we're now going to press the start button. But before we do that, we need to turn our gas on. Okay, so first of all, I make sure my valve is shut on my regulator, and I'm now going to open the cylinder first. Fully open that. Okay, that's fully open. Now I'm going to set the gauge pressure to about 6 bar, so about 2 bars above the minimum pressure that we require. Okay, we're about just over 6 bar. At the moment, the traffic lights on the vessel are showing a green light indicating no flow. When the gas starts to flow, the green light will change to an amber light. Okay, so we're going to press the start button. You can see a countdown beginning from 10 seconds to 0 seconds. That's the delay time. Then we will hear a valve click, and gas should now begin to flow. The vessel is showing an orange amber light. Okay, and you can see that the current flow is 5 kilograms per hour, and our current pressure is 4.6 bar. And when it reaches 4.5, as it has done, the flow now stops, and you can see a green light on our test vessel. Okay, next I'm going to introduce a small leak to our test vessel to replicate a leaking breaker. I'm just going to release manually some of the gas. And you can now see that the vessel is beginning to fill again, and you can see an orange LED on the test vessel. The flow has stopped because the current pressure has reached the maximum 4.5 bar. Okay, I'm just going to do that again. And the LED, the lights on the traffic lights has turned to orange and then back to green as the flow stops. And we can see that the current pressure is 4.58 bar. Because I've shut the valve off, the pressure should now remain stable. And this is the end of our demonstration. Another successful demonstration from EMT.